How do we balance a gimbal, and especially how do we balance the Zhiyun Crane M2 with a GoPro on top? Check this out. That's how you do it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I'm still going. I'm getting better at this. Welcome to a new video. Today we're going to understand how to balance a GoPro, any GoPro on top of your Zhiyun Crane M2. Bear in mind, I'm gonna work with the GoPro Hero 8. I also have a Hero 6 and 5. We're gonna balance the 8, but the settings and the theory are exactly the same for each camera. GoPro or professional cameras, DSLRs, and so on. I really hope this video is gonna help you out. First of all, if you're not sure what the gimbal is and what it does, I suggest to go and check my previous videos right here. Also, I've got a lot of reviews about this specific gimbal, so go and check them out in the description tab. And also in the description tab, you will find the links to the products if you want to purchase them as well, if you don't have them already. I totally recommend this gimbal with a GoPro. It's an amazing setup and very smooth. So let's get into it. I'm gonna focus on the gimbal right now, so you will see me out of focus, but this is the subject of our video, so let's stay on that one. And here we are, we're gonna start to balance the gimbal. First of all, I wanted to tell you that I loosened up everything, all the arms of the gimbal, so we can start from scratch. As you can see, all the pieces are here and we're gonna mount them together on the gimbal. When you receive the gimbal, it should come with the plate where you mount the GoPro and also this screw to attach the GoPro to the mount. But we are missing the adapter. So to make this setup work, you need to buy an adapter like this, which turns the 3/4 inch screw into the GoPro mount. So you need to grab this on Amazon, and this particular one you can find it in the description tab. So I'm going to balance my gimbal with the gear I have, and if you want to balance it exactly as I do, then you need this exact adapter. Also with the adapter you need one of the famous screws of the GoPro as well. Now my gimbal is off, is turned off, and my locking system is unlocked as well. So we're gonna unlock it so everything is really moving and free. The very first thing we're gonna do is to place the mount on top of the gimbal. So it's very easy. You want to have this arrow facing the tilt axis of the gimbal here, and we are gonna slide it in like so. On the side of the gimbal, you will find this button. If your plate is struggling to slide in, then you wanna push the button and slide the plate in, like so. This is the very first step. You want to slide your mount exactly to the end of the slot. So you don't want to have any space here. It just needs to touch the end of the slot, and then we're gonna lock it straight away with this lever underneath the mount, okay? And now the mount is locked, it's not moving. Then we're going to mount the GoPro on top of the plate with the adapter I told you about. We can mount the GoPro either in the first slot, the longer one of the plate, or the shorter one. So we're gonna balance the gimbal with the shorter slot for now. This is my gimbal facing forward. This is the front part of the gimbal where the camera will be facing to. And the adapter, as you can see, is a bit curved, and I'm gonna place the curve facing forward too. So exactly like that. Okay, from the side, this is gonna be my front now, and the curve is facing forward. What we wanna do is to grab the screw that comes with the Crane M2, screw the adapter in the plate, like so. And then I'm gonna tell you where I'm gonna place it. So this is a bit tricky to do, but just screw the adapter there. Now this adapter has a round base, as you can see, and the base is sticking out of the plate a little bit, so it's not on level with the plate like so, but it's going forward a little bit. So I have a bit of the adapter sticking out of my plate. Once it's there, I'm gonna lock it in place. So it's better to keep it this way So this is going to be the front of my gimbal now. And we're going to add the GoPro on top. To add the GoPro, this is GoPro Hero 8, as we mentioned. We're going to stick the two arms out, place the GoPro in the adapter, and then we're going to screw it in with a screw. This is the very first setup, then we're going to balance it now step by step. Because the balancing process actually comes in steps, so we're gonna go one by one. And make sure the camera is facing forward properly and is on a line, more or less on a vertical line, so it kind of makes sense. Now the first axis we're going to balance is the tilt axis, which is the one that allows the camera to face down or up, like that. What I want you to do is to hold this arm on the side, so nothing is really tilting on the side, but you want to hold the camera up like that, but the tilting axis has to be free. To balance this axis, we have two things we can do. Either moving the camera back and forth in the slot of the plate. So check this out. If I move the camera backward in the slot, the camera and the gimbal is just tilting backward because it's too back heavy. But if I move it forward and lock it there, it's kind of balanced now. So that's a good start. If it's too forward, it's tilting forward because it's too front heavy. So you need to find the right place in the middle where the camera is staying in position. As you can see, it's still front heavy. We go back a bit. Okay, that's not too bad. As you can see, my camera is straight on a vertical line. And what we want to do is to move the camera, tilt the camera down or up. And as you can see, the camera is going back to the original position, which means it's not balanced yet. And to balance it now, we want to adjust this side arm. And we want to unlock this lever here on the sidebar. To help you out with this process, you want to keep your camera horizontally now. And what I'm understanding is that the camera is too bottom heavy now because it's still going down, is swinging down. So we want to unlock this arm on the side, move the camera up and the plate up, and you can literally test it. And what needs to happen is the camera to stay in the position you put it to. So in each position you put the camera, it should stay. And for now, it's not happening, it's still moving. So now my camera is top heavy because it's swinging backward. Look, yeah, it makes sense. So I'm gonna bring the camera a tiny bit down, a tiny bit lower, still on the sidearm. It's still heavy, maybe a tiny bit more. That's too much. Your adjustments need to be tiny. Each little movement is actually changing the balance of the gimbal. So it's just practice and literally take very care of the movements. Here we go. I think I found my balance now. I'm gonna lock it. Once you find your balance, just lock it. As you can see now, it's staying on my horizontal line. So I'm gonna lock it. And now, wherever I place the camera stays because the tilt axis is perfectly balanced. There it is. Okay, that's the very first step. We have another two arms to balance. And the second one we're gonna do is actually the roll axis, which is the one at the back that allows the camera to rotate like that, clockwise or counterclockwise. You want to unlock this lever at the back and you want to start sliding this arm to the right or the left until the gimbal will stay in position. So if you are facing the gimbal, this is my right, this is too heavy. That's why the camera is tilting that way. So you want to slide this arm until the camera stays, and that's my position. To make sure it's balanced, try to spin your gimbal to the left and to the right, and there it is. So I couldn't actually go further on this arm. So this is the very extremity of the arm, and I'm gonna lock it into place with this lever, the red lever. Now, whatever I do with the camera so far, wherever I put my camera, it should stay, correct? So that's a good balance. The last thing we're gonna do is to, well, there's not much to balance here, but to adjust the pan axis, which is the one at the bottom right here, the one spinning. And as you can see, we have still one arm that can slide in and out. Now, this one here is a bit trickier, and it should work this way. Whatever you do with your gimbal, so if you twist your gimbal, the camera should still face forward. But as you can see, it's not well balanced on this arm. The camera is just spinning all over the place. So I'm gonna place it back in position, and to have the best balance for this setup, you need to slide this arm totally forward until you touch the end of the axis right here. So you don't have any space to go further. And that's the best balance you can do with this setup in particular. It still works great. And as you can see, it works a bit better than before. So the camera doesn't go as crazy as before. And that's basically it. Then you turn your gimbal on and it's ready to go. And that's how we balance the Crane M2 with the GoPro Hero 8. Now, I wanted to take some pictures of the exact settings I'm using, but anyway, as I mentioned, as soon as you touch your GoPro or your axis a tiny bit, your balance will change completely. So it doesn't make any sense for me to upload those images for you. But it's just practice. And once again, start with the tilt axis, then you go to the roll, and then you balance or adjust the pan axis, and that's all. Simple as that. The motors of the Crane M2 are quite strong anyway, and I recommend to go in the menu, and if you don't have them in the strong mode, go and put them on strong mode. It will help the camera to be steadier and smoother. And with this, I hope you find the video helpful, and I hope to see you in the next one. So consider to subscribe, but also turn the notification bell on. So whenever I post a video with tutorials or camera gear reviews, you will be notified straight away. I can't wait to see you in the next one. God bless you. See you soon.
Seems all good times come and go your way. Child memories fall up the road.